All right, we're going to get this party started. Thank you and welcome to everyone for being here today. We are so excited for this momentous occasion. A lot of hard work, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears, a lot of back and forth has gone into today. And so it's so great to see such a great turnout. And we hope, if you haven't seen it yet, we hope as you go through today, you're pleased with what you see. We're going to have a short presentation here. You're going to hear a lot of thank yous because thank you can't go far enough for everybody and everything that you've done. Whether your gift was really big or really small, it all comes together to make it what it is today. So we want to say thank you first and foremost for helping this vision become a reality. I'd like to take a moment here to welcome Mayor Josh Eichmeyer forward, and he's going to welcome you.
Thank you, Shane. I just want to welcome everyone on behalf of the city of Seward. This is a very exciting day for us. We have been working on this project for a number of years. We first started kicking the idea around probably about 15 years ago. And I want to specifically thank Shane for keeping the idea alive and the conversation going. And without his leadership in that, I don't know that we would have gotten here today, with especially thanking the Changing the Game Committee for all their work, and specifically State Senator Janet Hughes, who I think without her advocating for the project and promoting and fundraising and everything else she does in her spare time when she's not doing the state senator work, which I think you don't ever stop doing that from what I can tell. But I want to thank her specifically as well. This has been a big deal for us. I think when I first became mayor, a facility like this was one of the amenities I felt that, from what I heard from the community, was missing. The ability to have a four-season, year-round facility for the community, for members of all ages, to be able to come to a wellness center like this. So with that, I just want to say thank you. I want to warn you, the speeches may be a little bit longer today than they were for the groundbreaking. It was about 20 degrees below zero, it felt like, that day, and wind, which did keep the speeches pretty short. So I'm just putting you on notice. One thing I always learned from giving political speeches is that people rarely remember what I said, just whether I took too long to say it. So with that, I want to say thank you. This is a big deal for the city of Seward and the surrounding community. And with that, I will turn it over back to Shane. Thank you.
I think I get to go next. And of course, there it is. At the groundbreaking, the weather was very similar today, except for the wind was 60 miles an hour. The temperature was about 23 degrees. And as you notice, we don't have a lot of trees up here yet. We've got about 1,000 on order that will be coming to block the wind. But right now, that wind is pretty strong. As I mentioned before, I want to thank you all for being here to celebrate this exciting day with us. Today marks a significant milestone for the Seward community, and we cannot be more thrilled to officially open the doors to the Seward Wellness Center. Throughout this process, the team had a very clear vision on what we were looking for. We were adamant that whatever the project we put together, that it was on time, that it was on budget, it was an inclusive facility that brought our community together, both young and old, to change the game for the community of Seward. We had constantly been talking about a three-legged stool, about the private community, the public community, and grants and foundation. And I am pleased to report to you that we accomplished that mission. The project was not only on time, it was ahead of schedule. We were slated to be done in July. We are now open on April 1st. we had a very strict budget. And I am proud to say that we were not only at budget, we were under budget on this project, which a project of this size is never not a budget. We also talked a lot about the inside of the facility and how we wanted it to be multi-purpose. As I gave tours earlier today, we talked a lot about every space in this facility is going to be multi-purpose. From the perfect example is the pool. As we went around and talked to other facilities in the state, some of them had slides, and every single one of them told us, don't put a slide in. Kids will go down the slide 1 or 2 times, and they'll never use it again for that day. But that lazy river, or the current channel as we call it, we went to Papillion Landing and viewed theirs, and there were adults and kids in there constantly. That place was full. And we think that's one of our crown jewels. That was our splurge of the project. But we think it's very well done and very well put together. Let's see here. This project would not have been possible without the generosity and support of so many people. First, I'd like to extend a heartfelt thank you to our donors, whose belief in our mission made this vision a reality. From the people that contributed the land where the facility sits, to the people that made their largest contribution in Seward history, we want to say thank you. To those that gave just a little bit, but was a lot to them, we want to say thank you, because it took all of us coming together, both large and small, to finish this project and make this what it is today. Before I go too much further, I want to thank my wife, Abby, and my mom, Kelly, for believing in me for 12 years. We fought this fight to get to this position. They never gave up on me. They never told me to quit. And it means a lot to me. Many of you may have known my grandfather, Russ Endicott. He was a businessman, a volunteer fireman, a councilman, thanks to Gene Coulterman. The one thing I remember, he said, please, whatever you do, make your community better because you lived in it and not because you did nothing. And make your contributions count. And that's what I aim to do with this project. There are so many people that put in countless hours to make this project what it is today. I'd like to start and personally thank Senator Janet Hughes, her husband John, for believing in the mission. They did not quit along with us. They supported us. They encouraged us. I don't know how many hours John and Janet Hughes sat at people's kitchen tables and asked them to buy into this vision, because this would change the game for this community for decades to come. They do so much for this community, and it doesn't go unnoticed. And we want to thank you, Jana and John, for all your support. Let's give them a big round. You truly are the change agent of this community, and I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. We couldn't have done it without you. I'd also like to thank Greg Butcher, Mayor Eichmeyer, the rest of the administration for your outstanding leadership. Greg, I specifically want to recognize you and for all that you do for this community. Greg not only had a wellness center going on, we got brand new Highway 15, we got a new water tower, we got underground sewer. I don't think we give this guy enough credit for all the things that are happening in this community. So for that, Greg, I want to say thank you. Greg's ultimate vision is to make Seward the best place in the state of Nebraska to live, and he lives that out every single day, and for that I want to say thank you to him. I want to take a moment to recognize some very important team members that put in countless hours, made tremendous decisions, and I actually want these people to come forward to be recognized. First off is Adam Sitzman from BVH. He was unable to make it today, so Evan is here. So Evan, if you could just come out here, and he's going to talk a little bit later, but we're just going to line these guys up. So if you want to just stand right here. I'd also like to bring out Jake Kohanet, Andrew Reynolds from Sampson. Dave Kavlovic's not going to come up here, but I want to say thank you to Dave. He's here somewhere. Dave, raise your hand for us. And I think Dan is here also from Sampson, the owner. Dan, thank you for coming out. I just want to tell you that this team put in countless hours. They made countless decisions that got us ahead of schedule, that brought us in under budget. Andrew was our site superintendent, the gentleman in the blue here. I don't think we know how lucky we are that he was on this project. The pool was delayed 2 weeks. He went to all the trades and said, you have 2 weeks to get your rough ends done. That saved us from running scaffolding throughout the pool to finish those rough ends and finish the construction. That not only saved us a tremendous amount of time, it saved us a tremendous amount of money. And Andrew was on that all the time throughout this project. When we thought we were falling behind, he was 2 steps ahead of us, and he pushed this project ahead of schedule. And Andrew, you are one of the reasons that this project looks the way it does, and we want to thank you for that. Jake, a Seward native, I think his whole mission on this project was to prove that Sampson can do an outstanding job in his hometown, and they did it. They absolutely did it. To BVH for putting our design together, we want to say thank you. Again, we had a limited budget. You saw our vision, you saw our scope. They did everything in their power to give us what we came out with today, and I want to say thank you for that. Let's give these guys a huge round of applause. Dan, I think your guys have proven that maybe there's only one contractor we need to work with in this town, and it's Sampson Construction. So thank you. I want to thank Dave Cum from Concordia University. There's a lot of people on our committee that have never done a project of this caliber, of this magnitude. Dave's done a ton of these at Concordia University, and so he volunteered his time to step up, to ask the right questions, to review the documents, and make sure that we were on track, we were on time, and we were on budget. So Dave, I want to say thank you to you for all your hard work. Thank you, Dave. I'd like to bring up our staff, and I'm not going to name them all off, one, because I don't know all their names, but I want to bring Joel Brazy up. Joel is our executive director, and many of you know Joel. He's a Seward native. And I'd like to bring up Jamie Fields and Sam and the rest of the staff. If you would just step out here, I just want them to see your face so they know who they're working with here. Melanie, come on out. So we've got a tremendous staff, and we are so excited that they're here. We know we've got a lot of expertise. We've got some school teachers. We got a lot of people that know a lot about taking care of people. And so this is your staff starting, or some of your staff, maybe not all.
Not all here.
They're not all here, but this is some of our staff. But let's give them a round of applause. These folks are taking a leap of faith and jumping on board with us here, and we're so thankful that you've decided to do that, and we hope that we can exceed everyone's expectation with our service and our ability to run this facility at a high level. I specifically want to thank you, Joel. You've been very instrumental in getting this project to the finish line. It was, with Greg as busy as he was, we needed somebody from the city's team to come forward and knock off a lot of our checklists throughout the day. And Joel has done everything to get that done. Your leadership in the facility, Joel's talked to me a lot about what he wants to do up here. He wants to help people grow. He wants to help them develop. He wants to help them improve their lives. And I think that's a good mission going forward. And so thank you for the staff for being here. Lastly, I want to thank the board of Seward Changing the Game, Inc. If you're a board member for Seward Changing the Game, Inc., would you please come up at this time and be recognized? And as they're coming up, I'm going to continue to keep talking. This group has spent countless hours reviewing the plans, making sure that the gifts continue to come in, having conversations and making sure that we were on track to make sure this project was fully funded, to start raising money for our endowment. And this group is going to be tasked going forward with leading the endowment, serving as a financial foundational support for the facility, and for that, I'd like for this group to be recognized as well. I only have 30 more minutes to go, so we're almost there. I'm kidding. This new facility is more than just a building. It represents the future of our community. It can be a place of innovation, building connections, building community, improving our athletics, and a hub for education. It will allow this community to serve the people of this community, meet with them where they are. It will allow them to expand our offerings and our horizons of what is possible for our youth, our adults, our older adults as well. And it will create new opportunities for all that participate. At this time, I'd like to introduce a very special guest. As you walked in today, you may have noticed this photo out front. This is a picture of a very special person, Joan Cruzy Rogers. Joan was a Seward native and is a person that never forgot her roots. And even though she spent most of her living life in other parts of the country and even parts of the world, she never forgot where she came from. It's amazing to me over the last 12 years, the people that I've met, the impact that they have made on my life and on this project. You see, I didn't actually physically meet Joan before she passed. But about 10 years ago, I met a lady by the name of Mary Ann Cruzy at In Motion, which is where La Casina is now today, the old Ace Hardware. And Mary Ann was Joan's mother. Joan was in her 90s, and she never missed a day at In Motion. Even when she couldn't drive, somebody from In Motion would go and pick her up and bring her to the facility. I had multiple conversations with Mary Ann about the need for a wellness center in this community. And Mary Ann said she would do anything that she could to help us to attain that goal to get here. At the age of over 90, she was still ambitious to do the right thing and to stay healthy and believe in wellness. Well, we fast forward to just recently. I had the opportunity to sit down with Joan's husband, Hugh. Hugh, could you come forward? Hugh is with us all the way from La Jolla, California. Didn't have children of their own, but they brought two special guests with them, and Stephanie and Jason, to share about Joan's life and what Seward meant to Joan, and what this community meant to Joan and her family. I met and learned about Joan and her passion for swimming, the Seward swimming pool, her passion for education, her passion for helping those in need, helping kids move forward in a positive manner, and to make the best of their lives. Unfortunately, Joan passed away in 2024, but before she did, she made plans. Those plans were to create an endowment and to bless the Seward Wellness Center forever. Joan's legacy will be left, and we have commissioned a painting of Joan that will be housed in the lobby forever in this facility. We want to thank you, Hugh and Joan, for your generosity and the blessing that you are leaving to this facility now into the future. This was the last piece of the puzzle that we really didn't know how we were going to solve. And because of this tremendous gift, we know now that this facility will look as great as it does today 50 years from now. And it's thanks to you, Hugh, and thanks to your lovely wife, Joan. Let's give. Hugh's not from Seward, but Hugh has made Seward his home. And we're so thankful that he made the trip from La Jolla, California to come and celebrate with us today. So thank you. Thank you. While today we celebrate this incredible achievement and we are grateful for what we have, we are not done yet. We ask for your continued support by using this facility, by providing the staff your feedback, by supporting the initiatives that come up, by helping the leadership prepare for future expansion plans. We are not planning to expand tomorrow, but we always want to be prepared for that if the time arises and the need arises. We will continue, with your help, we will continue to grow the endowment, continue to grow our offerings, and plan for future together. Once again, I want to thank you all for that have made this possible today. We are incredibly grateful for your generosity, your trust, your commitment to making Seward and the Seward Wellness Center the best place to live, to play, to work, and grow together. Now is the time to officially open the doors. We want to thank you all for taking the time to be here today. I would now ask that you join me, and we're going to do this in a little bit, but we want you all in the picture to cut this ribbon together. Because again, it took all of us coming together to make this a reality. At this time, I'm going to bring forward Senator Jana Hughes to share some words about the fundraising and where we go from here. Please help me in welcoming Jana Hughes.
Shorter in speaking than Shane. First of all, look around this place. I want to pinch myself. We've been kicking this ball down the street for years and working with BVH and this beautiful facility in Sampson. And we first talked this was going to be a 2-story facility with a walking track above, and then the bids came back and we're like, okay, we can't do that. We're going to bring it down and cut down. And we were just so worried that it wouldn't be, how we envisioned, but it is above and beyond. And it's just exciting. It's kind of like, it's like having your child come to life. Like, it's alive, look at it. And I want to mention, Shane is way too kind. We're here because of this guy. He never gave up. I just got to meet his mom today, and she goes, yeah, Shane doesn't know what the word no means. And I go, I'm sure that was really hard as a little kid, like your son, that would drive you crazy, but it has served the Seward community well. He did not give up. This facility was talked about, I don't know if you guys remember, there were plans to have it at the old middle school. Well, that was too expensive, it didn't work out, whatever. Then we're like, okay, well, what about where the Alps Dog Park is today? Clearly that did not work out. Where the Crouch's store is now, the old Orshams, that was talked about. And then we started looking at, where could we build land? Oh, we talked about just over here at the middle school going to the west. Little footprint, we could have done it, but that would be it. Probably hardly any parking and no expansion. And then kind of 3 things came together. One, the YMCA, we all looked at why don't you just put a YMCA here? Well, Seward is part of the Lincoln YMCA. And do you know what they said? No, we're not coming to Seward. You've got Fallbrook. That's the Seward's YMCA. So, all right, we're going to put that to bed. And so then we had an administrator here that said, you know what? Seward can take this on. We can run it. If we didn't have that, we wouldn't be here, right? Because that's a big undertaking. And they were agreeing to do that. Then we were looking at some land. And this was graciously donated to us to build. and on a big enough footprint that there is room for possible expansion. But it was the perfect location, right? They say location's everything. We wanted the middle school after program to come here. They can just walk across the street. The trail will go right by here. It's perfect. It was the perfect location, so that fell into place. And then Shane mentioned the three-legged funding stool. So when we started going out to fundraise, we also were able to possibly capture a $5 million grant. But we had to have the pledges in place up to $5 million to get the $5 million grant. Oh, and by the way, we had about 2.5 months to do this in, right? And so, no pressure. $5 million in 2.5 months. So went to my first meeting, sat down, shared the vision. It's going to be 2 full basketball courts. It's going to be a pool, indoor pool. We'll have exercise equipment. We'll have a studio. We'll have the middle school program, all the things. And my first meeting, $500,000 pledge. $500,000 pledge. And I'm like, okay, we can get there. We can do this. And that happened time and time. It might not have been $500,000. It might have been $100,000. It might have been $25,000. But those happened time and time again because people believed in this. They believed it could happen. They bought in, and it did. So we had those pledges. We had those pledges match up. We got the $5 million grant. So now we're at around $11 million, and we needed one last piece. And that's where Seward came through for us. We had that vote for that 0.5% sales tax. And Seward overwhelmingly said, yes, we want this. We can put it on the sales tax. Nice thing about a sales tax, not a property tax, because I hear a lot about property taxes. The sales tax, anybody coming in will pay. Anybody coming through town, when we have the big basketball tournament, they stop and eat, they're contributing to this. That's the nice thing about the sales tax. So that was our third part of the funding. And it all came together and worked. And I'm looking around here, and I know a lot of the donors came in at noon for their tour, but I see you, and we thank you. We thank you for getting this up, because now that this has been built and it's paid for, memberships and all that will pay the operating. So we are not in the hole on money, and that is huge. I'm going to go back to architecture plans in Sampson. This place has been designed to have a phase 2 at some point. I am not fundraising for that. Someone else can take that. But we do have plans, and it's built for a third gym if we want to do that. It is built for a big indoor field house with like a turf and like a kind of a soccer field inside. We can have batting nets and things like that. So, just start thinking, get the little wheels turning, but that could be a phase 2. But right now, we are going to enjoy this facility. I want to thank Shane. You guys, we would I told the staff over here when he said, give the staff feedback kindly. Hey, have you thought about maybe this? Not, well, this doesn't work, and let's, civility and kindness goes a lot further than not. So, anyway, thank you guys for coming. It is an awesome turnout today. Very exciting.
Do we have a representative from Allo here? No? We do? No? Okay. We want to thank Allo. Allo is providing Wi-Fi throughout this building at no cost to us, or no cost to you. So we want to say thank you to Allo for their support. We're now going to bring forward Evan Gunn from BVH. That's going to share a little bit about what you see here and how this all kind of came together. So, Evan Gunn.
On behalf of BVH Architecture, I just want to say we're honored to be a part of this project. It's truly a community project. I think, what'd you say, Shane, 12 years ago?
Yeah.
That this has been a dream. We are fortunate enough to be a part of this. We think we started 6 years ago on the master plan, and then we were able to continue that all the way through design. I'd like to just take a moment here to think. 6 years ago, it's 2025 right now, so that was 2019. And for this project to keep rolling, to stay on track, to finish on time and under budget, we've had a challenging 5 years, right? And that speaks a lot to this community, and the people that came together and helped us as a design team to understand what you wanted in this facility. This wasn't us coming in and saying, hey, we really think you should have a current channel or a wave pool, or this is how you should lay out the gym. We brought some design expertise, but it was really that 12 years of all the dreaming, of all the conversations that happened around a kitchen table, that when we got involved, there was no shortage of ideas, and it was beautiful to see. We did our best to incorporate all those, everything that we possibly could, to really help this represent the Seward community. And those items that we weren't, as Jane was talking, we've designed this in such a way, thinking of the future, so that down the road, as the community grows, as the needs of the community grows, you're able to add on to this, to continue the story about the wellness of the community of Seward. It's just, we just want to say we're really honored to be a part of this. I want to say thank you to the steering committee for all the time and effort you guys put in, even before we were involved, but helping us and being that voice for the community. So just want to say thank you.
We're almost there. 2 more speakers. We'll bring forward Jake Kohanic with Sampson Construction. Again, huge thank you to Sampson to not only make sure we were on time, but to make sure we were on budget. Those 2 things were critical for us, and we want to say thanks to them. But Jake Kohanic, everybody.
I just want to say thank you to the community. I want to thank you to everybody that was involved with this project. This was a team, and it started with the community, it started with the city, and it started with Shane being involved with all the meetings. We had a great team on this project. BBH, the engineering firms, the contractors, the suppliers, the guys on the weekends, everybody actually did so well in this project that I am very proud of this facility. And as mentioned, there's always a phase 2, so I got to throw that one in there. But I want to thank everybody that was involved with this, that made this reality. And again, thank you very much.
One of the things I think was really impressive about this whole thing, if you ever came up to this facility throughout the day, the number of people working around, it's pretty tight quarters actually when you think about it. Because when they're in here, there's a lot of space, but when you're in the lobby and there's not a lot of space. And there's a lot of ductwork and a lot of piping and a lot of wiring running through there. One thing I think we should be really proud of is there was not one injury or accident on this job site. And that's due to Andrew and his leadership and his communication and the way he handled setting up this facility. That's an incredible feat with the number of people that were in here. So Andrew, thank you again for that. Our closer today is Mr. Joel Brazy. Joel is going to share with you the vision of what, now that this is complete, what this is going to look like going forward. He's going to talk about, if you don't have a membership yet, how you go about doing that. I talked to some people today. We got to update your names. We'll correct all that stuff and make all that right. So please help me in welcoming Joel Brazy.
First of all, do we have a representative from Allo here?
I don't think so.
Okay. I just want to mention, Allo was very generous in donating 10 years of Wi-Fi. And so there is a guest Wi-Fi network here that can be used. We have a lot of access points in the building and will be able to be used by everybody. So that's a huge blessing, a fantastic donation. And so just want to recognize them for that amazing donation. So what a blessing that this place is. Hopefully it's a blessing to your family. I feel blessed to be part of it. about 2 years ago when I accepted this opportunity. And a year and a half ago, we were freezing outside with the ribbon cutting on Halloween. And it's a little surreal to be standing here right now when you think about all of those. So just thank you to those involved, Seward Changing the Game, the City of Seward, for the trust and the opportunity that I've been provided. Again, huge blessing, incredibly excited to be part of this. Thank you for the team that we've established here going forward, and just how much fun it's going to be going as we open. First of all, Shane, thank you for your leadership and the leadership of Seward Changing the Game, along with the City of Seward staff, just for getting this to this point. There's a lot of people involved in this. And a lot of people had little parts, some had big parts, but it was a huge team effort. And that's what I think of when I think of our efforts with Samson and BVH. A team effort. In this process, you develop friendships with that team and have fun with it. And that's really what this was developing those friendships and that team atmosphere, because it took that to get this going and developing some of our programs. So thank you all for that. We're excited to open tomorrow. We have said April 1st just because that was an easy day to point to. We are here. We're open. We're ready to go. We'll be open at 5 a.m. tomorrow. And so if you don't have your membership yet, we can assist. We have staff here to help with that, to get you started. But also, if that's in the process and we know your name is in the system, you may not have any way to scan in yet, that's okay. We'll check that you're in the system. We'll get you in so you can use the facility. But we do have a dream with all of this, not just what you see here. We have a dream with our youth sports program and our recreation department to use this to enhance that, to develop something bigger and better, and give our kids a great opportunity to be involved in all of these things here and to grow and learn with different parts of this building. We also have a dream, as was mentioned, of expanding, and that will continue to be a dream that we strive for, because we want to offer the community something that they will continue to be proud of, that sets us apart, that people will want to come here, and maybe this can be part of that. We plan to offer develop programs as we get going, like our group fitness classes. There's a lot that we have to learn of how the building flows and operates. So it's not going to be perfect to begin with. We'll grow as we go, we'll develop as we go, and each season's going to be a new one, and we'll keep adjusting and doing great things. I'm excited to be part of this. Again, this is a huge blessing. I feel blessed to be part of it, and thank you for the trust, and we're going to be great stewards of what we've been given, and we look forward to every day seeing people up here. That's going to be the best part now, seeing people come in the door using the facility. And so I'll enjoy seeing everybody come in. So thank you again. Appreciate you being here. I can't remember support like this at another ribbon cutting. It just shows the passion that people have for this project and how much people are committed to this. And so again, thank you for those involved, especially Shane, for your leadership on this and steering everything to this point. So thanks again. I think we're ready for ribbon cutting.
Okay, to close us out, I just want to recognize our elected officials that are here today. I know Megan Kaler's here, and Tatum is here. Mark Holterman, former senator, is here. Jana's here. Any other elected officials here I can't see? Zane is here. Reagan Hines back there. Matt Streisen's over here. Matt's been on a couple of committees with us too. So thank you to you elected officials for all that you do for our community and for our county and for making this possible. So thank you so much. Okay, two housekeeping things, and we're going to cut this ribbon. I want everybody in the picture, so we're going to congregate right over here, or we can just bunch in here. Actually, we'll move this and we'll do it right here. But everybody's in the picture. You're on the side of the ribbon cut side, okay? So we're going to do that right now. If you're here for a tour and didn't get one yet, we'll be setting those up in the lobby right after this. So if anybody wants a guided tour, we're happy to do that. Otherwise, you can walk around yourself as well. Again, thank you to all the donors. Thank you to all of you for being here today. We are so thankful for all of you, and we're looking forward to cutting this ribbon. So let's just go across the whole thing. There's one that you're going to be behind. Yeah. Turn this around. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Photographer's here. Great. All right.
No, I have it straight on.
All right. You guys gonna help me out? Grab the kids and come up here and help me, okay? You guys come over here. Hey, bring the girls in. Oh, all right. Can you come cut, hold this one? There, this side. All right. Are we ready? Everybody smile. One, two, three. Get it.